Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday from the University of Sewing. I'm Denise, and I've got my buddy Rachel here with me today.
Hi, everybody.
Margaret and Dave are still on their grand adventure. They will be back for next week's live, though, for sure. We are all excited to see them and hear about their tales and, of course, Margaret's shopping spree.
I want to see all the fabric.
So I seem to remember they were taking an extra suitcase, but then I heard something about buying an additional extra suitcase while they were away.
Oh, yes.
So stay tuned. I'm sure she'll be sharing some of that with you guys too. So we are glad you guys are watching this morning. We really appreciate it. And we're going to do our usual share challenge. If you will please share our video, we will enter your name into the drawing for these sweet little goodies. We've got a really nice little baskets and butterflies. Perfect for spring kind of quilt pattern.
It's supposed to be warm today, so
74-ish.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that sounds spring-like for us.
I let the arms out today.
You know, sun is shining.
We're going to the gun show.
Yes.
Oh no, we're not.
And then we've also got this little package of needles. They are hand needles. A nice assortment, complete with a needle threader for those of us that appreciate that. That would be me. I like any little help in that department I can get. So again, if you will share the video and then please note in the comments that you've shared, that's how we know to enter your name into the drawing, and we'll announce next week who gets to take these wonderful goodies home. We are standing in front of our fantastic sign about our embroidery event. I know you guys have heard about it because we've been talking a lot.
We've been talking a lot about this, but this is a really cool event. It's going to be, we actually have 2 separate events going on over 3 days. Our first day event is the Embroidery Essentials event. This is a all-day lecture demo event. You don't have to bring anything. We're gonna supply everything. You get to take home a goodie bag that's going to have so many cool, wonderful things in it. We don't even know what's in it yet.
No,
right?
but the staff here is all really excited about the goodie bag.
We're very excited about the goodie bag.
We're excited. You need to be excited about it.
I want to get the cool little treats.
Yeah.
We're going to give you lunch. And you're going to be able to sit down and hear wonderful lectures and see wonderful demonstrations from OESD. That's the Oklahoma Embroidery
Stitch and Design?
Supplies and Design.
Supplies and Design.
Supplies and Design. They are a wonderful family-run company that's based right out of Oklahoma. Here, it's a U.S. company, and they are known as just the #1 embroidery supplier for all the essentials that you need for your embroidery and all of these wonderful embroidery patterns. So you get to learn all of the different techniques on that first day, April 17th. It's a Wednesday. The cost is $59 for you to sit all day and just learn. Like, that is such an amazing deal.
And get lunch, and get chocolates, and get door prizes, and the goodie bag, and come and hang out with us for the day.
It'll help you learn how to do super cool things like this, because then the next event on the 18th and 19th is a 2-day long actual sewing event. You do need a 7 or an 8 series for Nina embroidery machine. If you don't have it, we have it. We'll provide this for you. If you need assistance with the machine, we can provide assistance for that.
I understand these projects need like the maxi hoop. So if that's not something your machine has, we can help you out with that.
It needs the bigger space.
Space.
That's why you need the bigger machine.
And it doesn't even have to be a Bernina machine. If you've got a baby lock or a brother, come join us, guys. We can talk to you and make sure that you have the right size hoop, because obviously that's important. But this is not a Bernina exclusive event, so come join us. Tell your friends to come join us.
Yes, and you'll be over those 2 days. You're going to be making 5 separate projects. Here's 2 of them that Alice made up yesterday. We were trying to decide what to call this. I think we decided a straw koozie.
A fascinator for a straw?
A straw fascinator. But I really like this because it's like when you all have, let's say, like a red cup that maybe we're all familiar with, maybe coming up for the eclipse.
Yeah, we're all gonna have stocked up on those already. Yes,
we all might be holding red cups at the eclipse. But if you want to identify which one is yours, we are a little bit loopy today. If you want to identify which one is yours, you can make these super cute little straw koozies. And then look at this gorgeous goodie bag. She's already filled it with chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. It already has chocolate in it.
Alice is amazing.
You know that we always have chocolate on hand.
For sure.
Like,
so
come in.
I want them to know, Alice went home and whipped these out last night. When we came in this morning, it was like the magical embroidery fairy had been here and just left them.
When did this happen? I said, Alice and I left at the same time. When did this happen? fun. Like I was here all day.
She is clearly very excited about this event, and
look
we
at
all
how-
are too. But
And look
yes.
at how cute. Can you imagine at your next party having these little details like this? And you get to make 3 other projects besides this. This is just your little amuse-bouche that we're giving
There
you.
we
This
go.
is just your little
Perfect.
sample
Just
that
a
you get to have.
teaser.
It's
So,
just a little teaser.
graduations are coming up. Of course, there's always birthdays, anniversaries, retirement ceremonies, anything you want to celebrate.
And
an
the great
eclipse,
things, an eclipse.
why not?
And the great thing about these is that they're reusable. So have
Absolutely.
you ever like had to buy party supplies and then you're like, what am I supposed to do with 75 paper hats? Like,
Yes, and then you feel bad about throwing them away, so you keep them forever and don't do anything.
and
with
you
them.
don't do anything with them. I have had a stack of Harry Potter cups sitting in my pantry for the last 3 years, you guys.
You need to have a Harry Potter
I
party.
need another Harry Potter party. I should just, I should have a party that's just all of the mismatched
There
party
we go.
supplies.
I like that idea.
But then I can
contribute to
have
that.
these
There we go.
that will show you, like, here's
Yes.
the new classier Rachel
Yes, yes.
with my reusable party supplies.
So just to kind of recap the OESD event that's coming up, obviously Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we are doing signups now. If you need more information, you are welcome to check out the website, universityofsewing.com. As always, give us a call.
I believe if you search for OESD in the search bar, I think it's the first thing that comes up is the OESD event.
Yes.
You can also just type in OESD event and it'll be right there.
Absolutely. And we
I'll
are
show
trying
you
to get
everything.
people to sign up by April 5th so that we can let them know how many of those fabulous goodie bags we need. They need a little time to plan ahead, but if your calendar doesn't clear up till the 16th, don't let that stop you. Come and join us anyway.
can
Sign up and we will make it work.
You can
for
sign
sure.
up right up until then.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have talked about the OESD event. We have talked about our wonderful giveaway that we do every time we do Facebook Live because it's so much fun and we appreciate you guys. Now we're going to talk a little bit about some other things. Tori, let's go over here.
We're gonna
And we will
field
visit
trip.
just a quick recap of some basketball happenings here. Obviously, we're in Indiana, Bloomington, Indiana, home of Indiana University. The men have not been playing, but the ladies put up a fantastic fight. They were not successful last night, sadly. So we're all really, really sad for this team because it's a neat
This is all a
bunch
surprise
of
to
ladies.
me. I don't follow sports, so this is all just a surprise to me.
Yeah, we were all kind of heartbroken for them last night, but a fabulous
ladies are
team,
good.
spectacular ladies, wonderful role models. So we applaud all of them for their efforts and their coach especially. Purdue, however, was successful last night. The Purdue men
Purdue's apparently been like really kicking
They're
some butt.
kind of
right?
kicking butt.
They're
They
kinda
are
kicking
kicking
butt.
butt and taking names, I think is the phrase. So we have pulled out our Indiana University fabric and we have pulled out our Purdue fabric. And I have a secret for you. Shh, don't tell Margaret. This is an unauthorized sale. So today only 20% off either of the Purdue or any of the IU things, only in store, or you can call us. There's no coupon code, so we can't do it online. So you have to talk to us one
Talk
way
to
or
us
another.
personally and do it. And I'm also going to say, definitely jump on this sale if you are interested in supporting your team and supporting your school.
Yes.
Because we're not currently able to get any more of these fabrics
We
right
are trying
now.
to reorder
We are
them, and they will be here
trying.
eventually, but we don't know when.
But we don't know when. So this might be your last chance for a while to get these wonderful fabrics that are officially licensed to
Yes.
support your team.
And IU graduation, Purdue graduations are coming up. You're making
It's
maybe
so
t-shirt
fast.
quilts or who knows what, but this
That
is
you
a
need
great way
some
to
good-
contribute
some
that.
sashing.
And again, shh, don't tell Margaret, guys.
Sure, I think she's on an airplane, so it's okay.
She might.
She probably.
I think
she
she's
probably-
out of
she probably
coverage at the
doesn't
moment,
even
so I
know.
think I'm okay. So
She's gonna see
we'll
this
see
and be
how
like,
that goes.
What?
Right. if I'm not here next week, you know why. Okay, so we've talked about our March Madness. Let's talk about Quilting Month in March.
Quilting month.
Our favorite, right, Rachel?
It's almost over.
It is almost over.
It's almost over, you guys. So if you're interested in I'm just gonna do a quick plug. If you are interested in getting a Bernina machine, a
Yes.
Bernina accessory, some embroidery supply. Well, no, are the embroidery hoops out as part of that?
Anything labeled Bernina.
Anything labeled, anything that says Bernina is 20% off
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, and what were those 4 orders that we had this morning?
All Bernina.
All Bernina accessories
All
and
Bernina
items and
accessories.
things. So some of you are definitely taking advantage of that. Very smart, friends.
It's even what we found out this morning. Even are the Laura Star Universal Ironing Board cover, which is a fantastic cover.
Yes.
That's marketed with Bernina, is also 20% off.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Found that out today.
Surprise! So, definitely the Bernina stuff is on sale. That's wrapping up. Quilting month is wrapping up. And so we thought we would talk about some of our favorite quilting notions.
I've been wanting to do a Facebook Live about notions, you guys. I love notions so much.
We're going to try to keep this at our 30-minute limit because
all those 30
clearly
minutes
go
is for
on
me,
and on
right?
and on.
Because I have so many things to say.
Can I have maybe two? Yes. All right, Rachel, what do you have as your favorite?
All right, so I brought my collection of my favorite notions here. So, and these are things that are just, I use them all the time. You know, you guys know I'm a quilt designer. I always am looking for ways to make my patterns more interesting and also make it easier and faster for me to like put things together.
I love easier and faster.
Yes. So one of the things that I absolutely love, this is the add a 3/8 ruler. Now, why on earth would you want to add 3/8 to something?
That does seem like an odd number, doesn't it?
That does seem like an odd number. So what this ruler does is that it makes it really easy to create 1/8 inch wide pieced strips. So you don't have to applique them, you don't have to glue anything, you don't have to worry about doing any like cording or like fancy quilting to like make it look that way. This adds 1/8 inch wide piece strips in your quilt piecing, so you get those wonderful little borders. Anytime you make like a stained glass quilt or like a cathedral window quilt, this is the ruler you use.
I'm going to put a request for a demo in. I think we need a demo on that. What do you think, guys?
It's so fun.
Yes.
It's super fun
Yeah,
to use.
I would really like to see how you make that happen because it sounds very cool.
And one of the ways that I make these beautiful, wonderful, straight, exactly 1/8 inch wide strips possible is...
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you guys, 20% off today, the number 57D foot. This is the patchwork 1/4 inch foot. I'm going to pop it open for you. Because again, Margaret's not here.
Yeah,
she doesn't know I'm messing with the inventory.
You know,
so
when the cat's away, what is that about mice and the play?
Yeah. So it's a D foot, so it's got the opening on the back for your dual feed. So you get that wonderful dual feed going through, pulling your fabric together. But that has this great bar right here that just holds your fabric at exactly 1/4 inch. So you get perfectly straight, exact 1/4 inch lines. I do a lot of freezer paper piecing patterns, and for those you need to have an exact 1/4 inch margin, and this guy, he's the real MVP right here. Like, I love this foot so much.
The 37 for our Bernina friends, the 37 foot is the traditional 1/4 inch foot. It's a very nice, very useful foot. The 57 is definitely the step up, the level up your game foot with the guide. Then there's also the 97, which does a little better job of covering those 9mm wide feed dogs. So if for some reason you're struggling with the 57 and not quite getting things to do what you want, you might want to try the 97. It's a pretty useful foot too.
Yes, love this guy. So those are two of them. I will be very, very fast with the rest. I hate ironing. I'm really bad at ironing. There you go. I hate ironing. And one of the things that I have kind of been forcing myself to do, especially as I'm doing things with more complicated, denser piecing, is I've been trying to force myself to press all of my seams open so that it creates...
I've been doing that too.
Just
Isn't that funny?
I know, right? Because I'm like, I really should just be stepping up my game here.
Yeah.
And again, we're just trying to get you to step up your game. This thing is absolutely life-changing. This is a wool pressing mat plus clapper.
I love the double duty there.
Oh, I love it. So this is what I do. So what you do is when you have your pieced your pieces that have been pieced and they're folded like this, you know, because you've just sewn them together and you're trying to press them so that they're open, you kind of lay them on here and it sort of forces that seam allowance to kind of V open for you like that. And you just take your iron, the point of your iron, and slide it down on that little opening, and it just whoop, presses your seams open. It makes it so much easier. I know so many people who use like dental picks to to try to force their seams open so they can get the iron in there. And this thing, you just lay your pieces on there. It just opens up. And then you just stick your iron and just go whoop and go straight down it.
So do you do it wrong side up then?
You do it wrong side up. Yeah, sorry. So
okay.
it's wrong side up so that your seam allowance is there. So that it's just boop,
That's
pops
very
it
cool.
open just a little bit. It is wonderful. I do this with like half square triangles. I'll press them open and then I'll seriously take it, put it on my ironing board, and stick it on, and then I'll put the other one on top of there so that I'll have like the clapper function flattening it out while fantastic. I am like, it's double duty, right? So while I am pressing a seam open on the top, I got a clapper flattening my last one.
So I'm not sure how many of these we have in stock, guys, but I think this one has a home already. So
it's going home with Denise.
I'll make sure we save you one.
All right. The final, well, I got 2 more things to do. First of all, everybody loves a great pair of scissors. This was my Christmas present to myself.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. They come in this great tin. These are actually Tula Pink brand scissors. So they're super cute, beautiful. I love that on the blade is etched in fabric only. Do you know why I bought these for myself for Christmas? Do you know why?
Why, I wonder.
Because I walked in to my office.
And
I found my daughter's wrapping presents with my fabric scissors. And I was like,
and do they now live in the shade or in the shed? Did you have to rehome them?
Well, I think that Santa Claus was like, I'm not certain that anybody deserves that bike now. So I immediately came when I got my Christmas present. And I was like, ooh, I know exactly what I'm getting. And I bought myself these scissors, and I have no regrets. They are wonderful. I love they're nice and heavy, solid metal.
They're a nice weight. They cut beautifully. They're beautiful to look at.
They're beautiful to look at. I want some that, like, I didn't want just the, you know those orange scissors,
the utility ones
that everybody has. Like, I want to look at something prettier. Yes. And then finally, my final notion, you've got a lot of notions to get through. We're never going to get through this. We are never going to get through this. Is a Hera marker. A lot of people don't know what a Hera marker is, but Hera markers are super cool because it's a way to mark your fabric without using chalk or ink or wax.
Nothing that actually lays on the fabric.
So I don't know if I'll actually be able to do this here. But what you just do, it's got this kind of, it's just a hard plastic, and it's got this kind of flat tip on it. You just hold it, and when you want like to create a line, you press it into your fabric, and it creates just a little press line. That's going to be really hard to see. I'm doing it through the package, so I don't know.
But
there
I
you
can
go.
still see it here.
But can you see? So like when you're say when you're doing all those half square triangles and you want to chain piece them, you just do a little Hera mark on that side, and you can like follow that stitch line exactly. Again, for all of my freezer paper piecing, I will just do a quick mark on my fabric with this, and then I don't have to worry about washing it out. I don't have to worry about marks staying behind.
And that was my thought. No issues with trying to remove that mark. Because sometimes that's an issue.
It's just a hunk of plastic, but it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Plastic fantastic.
I love it. I love it. So,
all right, we're going to have to run through all these.
We have a few more, and I actually asked Alice and Kyla, so I have some of their favorites today, too. So I do want to share those with you. Alice said that these magic pins were her new favorite. She thought they did a really nice job. She liked the smaller ones. They are heat resistant, and with that little bit of silicone at the top, it's really easy to put them out, or put them in and take them out, which, you know, sometimes if you've been pinning all day, your fingers get a little tired. So that's something to think about. Let's see. Miss Kyla, who is a fantastic garment sewist here at the shop, I asked her what her favorite thing was, and this is what she handed me, guys.
Just a thimble.
A simple, beautiful thimble.
Simple, beautiful thimble.
She prefers to do hand sewing if she has the option, which I think is really, really cool. And to see somebody young interested in doing something that actually you have to slow down and be really purposeful about, I think is very encouraging for our craft. So there's hope out there, guys, if anybody's wondering.
I love a good thimble. I always, like, after I've done quite a bit of hand sewing, like if I'm stitching on, say, like a sleeve on the back of my quilt, I'm like, like my fingertips get really sore.
Yes, be gentle with yourself, guys. So one of the other things that we found was a new favorite. Apparently, Cheryl has showed this in our beginning quilting class. I think we ordered 6 of these, and we have 1 left. She showed them into her class. So this might be something worth checking out. I might have to add this to my pile too. So we're going to zip through these really quick. Miss Jo Ellen talked about using the bobbin savers for the jumbo bobbins, especially for our Berninas. These are fantastic to keep them organized. I love the idea of doing maybe your quilting thread, your cotton thread in one, and maybe your polyester, maybe embroidery thread in another, just to keep things a little more organized. Rachel talked about marking tools. I'm a fan of a chalk liner. It's really easy to get out.
I do like a Choco liner.
I like that it's really thin.
I like that it makes a little clicking noise.
It does make a clicking noise.
It goes a little like, yep. It makes a little like,
This is not one that I have tried, but I want to try.
I don't know this one.
Look at what this is. This is like a basting tape, a very skinny basting tape.
Wow.
And I'm thinking about binding. So it's double-sided. You can put your binding in place, stitch it down. It's not going to move on
and
you.
It's not going to shift around and do that weird, like
yes.
twisty thing that binding likes to do.
Yes. So that's an option. Rachel talked about the add a 3/8. I'm a fan of the add a quarter, especially if you're doing paper piecing.
Yes.
You've got to have one of these
so
guys.
that you can just.
Whoop. Oh my goodness. Yes, I have a couple of those in my collection. Rachel and I both agreed that the seam tape for you just put it on the bed of your machine, and it's washi tape, so it comes off. It doesn't leave any sticky residue.
Yeah.
But it adds those guidelines.
It adds those guidelines so that, and this is also again like when you're sewing,
half square triangles.
When you're sewing your half square triangles.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, and you're deciding like I'm gonna just try to wing it and just go corner to corner, and then you're looking, and you're like, where's that bottom corner going? And this one has that center line, and it has the 1/4 inch line. I love those.
For machine quilting, on your domestic or on your sit down, you can use gloves, you can use lots of things. I'm a big fan of these. I think they're a little easier to use.
Because you just,
And you can place them where you want to. Some of the rings and things, you have to hold your hands in just the spot. So this gives you a little more flexibility. I love a big ruler for trimming things, especially at the end for squaring up your quilt. The bigger, the better.
I think that the biggest advantage is because people always joke, because I'm always like, I want the big ruler. I'm going to use the big ruler.
Yeah.
And people always laugh at me about the big ruler. But you have to understand, when you have a skinnier ruler, I mean, this isn't like a skinny ruler. This is a 6.5 inch ruler. But when you have a skinnier ruler and you're putting you're holding it still with one hand and cutting, it is actually a lot harder to get like all of that surface area nice and pushed down. So a lot of times you have to start here and then pause and go to here.
Yes.
And with this one, when you push it in the middle, you have more of that like
That surface area.
area.
Yeah,
and so it just holds everything in place. And so these are actually more stable when you're cutting like strips, when you're cutting with the fabric.
Rachel talked about her wonderful clapper. I do love a wool mat. I do love a clapper. If you haven't tried one, guys, that's a game changer. I would say do a couple blocks without and do a couple blocks with those tools and see what you see for the difference. But this is absolutely one of my favorites. And
you've told me about this before.
I was going to say, some of you may have heard my story about this. It lives in my bathroom, right? So I can spritz my clothes, when I'm in a hurry. One morning I grabbed the wrong thing, and if you're curious, it might take the wrinkles out of your clothes, but it does not take the curl out of your hair, if that's your goal. So just a word to the wise there. That's what my mornings are usually like. So we're getting the high sign. We need to wrap it up. We've got to get the shop open. We've got people coming in. I know you've got things to do. Easter is tomorrow. I'm sure you're prepping. Right. Last call to be sure that you share and comment. Let us know that you shared. We appreciate that so much.
Oh, did you want to, Tori's giving us a sign. Do we want to look at the irons?
Yes,
oh,
yes.
Because we've been talking about pressing.
We have been talking about pressing.
This is something that came up on one of my online Facebook quilting groups. This woman came on and she's like, I just finished my first ever quilt top. And we're all like, hey, congratulations. And she's like, I wanted to say, I had no idea that quilting was 95% pressing and 5% sewing. And I was like, oh yeah, it is. Which kind of sucks for me because, like, again, I'm not really great at ironing.
I'm okay with ironing fabric and quilt tops. Clothes, not so much. So Alice put this beautiful display together of fantastic collection of clappers and seam rolls.
And tells you exactly what everything is so that you know what it is, it is you're looking at. So this is like a traditional clapper. It's just basically like a big heavy block of wood. And the great thing is that the wood will help...
it absorbs the moisture.
It absorbs the moisture. It's like it gets like... It doesn't get like damp. I don't know what words I'm trying to look for. Absorbs the moisture.
We've got a nice little project size Aliso iron. I didn't know if people were aware that we have that. I think we just have the one, and it's in that really neat kind of salmon color. So if that's something you're interested in, just a reminder, all of these things are on our website, and we ship every day, sometimes multiple times a day.
Oh, people have said that they love these guys.
Those are cool.
These are continuous spray
water
bottles.
Yes.
So like you fill it up with your water this is the Nifty Notions. And so you fill it up with your water and just keep it by your iron and just go and you don't have to go.
Yes, and it's a nice little light mist. You're not going to get like that big puddle that sometimes happens with
Yeah,
some of the other ones.
sometimes things actually get like wet, which you don't want.
So
right?
we'll wrap up and say, check out the website for all of these goodies, the things that Rachel and I shared with you today. Be sure to look for the OESD event. Please sign up. We're really excited about that. Don't forget to share. And remember, 20% off today only on IU and Purdue Fabric. Thanks for watching, guys. And Margaret, we'll see you next Friday.